Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. This is a follow-up episode doon sa ginawa natin kahapon kung saan pinag-usapan natin yung posibilidad, guys posibilidad, hindi pa po ito final, wala pang sinasabi ang IRCC o ang gobyerno ng Canada tungkol dito. Posibilidad na i-cancel ng IRCC ang maraming pending applications sa iba't ibang immigration pathways to address the problem of backlog. Yung backlog na nagiging dahilan kung bakit napakatagal ng processing time, taon-taon, no? In some streams. Again, guys, hindi po IRCC ang nagsabi niyan o nagpo-float ng idea nito. Instead, this possibility was raised by a popular, widely followed immigration lawyer based in Vancouver. At na-report yung sinabi niya na yan, and that is what we discussed in yesterday's episode. Okay. Baka yung ilan po sa inyo nagsasabi, napaka-extreme naman nun. Ba't naman gagawin yun? Pwede ba yun? Kumbaga, mag-cancel ng applications in mass, di ba? In large volumes. Ganun na lang yun. After waiting for so long, they will do that to an applicant. Parang ganyan, ano? Well, it turns out, guys, nagawa na pala ito dati ng Canada. I had no idea. I just learned from you guys in the comment section. Maraming salamat. Diba? So, yeah, nagawa na po pala siya sometime in 2012. Okay, kung puntahan niyo yung comment section, meron pong ilang naka-experience niyan. And we have one friend, yan friend, hello, you know who you are, na nagpadala po sa akin ng ilang mga documents from his old application to migrate to Canada a long time ago. At isa po siya doon sa mga naka-experience ng pag-cancel ng application. Okay, so thank you very much. He sent me a couple of, two sets of documents na sabi niya pwede ko i-share sa inyo. Siyempre, tinanggal ko lang yung kanyang pangalan and other things that might identify him. At yung agency, kasi meron po siyang agency na kinuha at that time. Later on, I will share that with you. But for now, basahin ko muna yung ilang comments from yesterday's episode. Guys, alam nyo, kahit hindi ko minsan ako komenta, nare-replyan, o hindi ko napipindot yung heart button to acknowledge your comment, kahit hindi ko nagagawa yan, I promise you na babasa ko lahat ng inyong mga comments, okay? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay. In this case, tignan nyo, sa inyo ko pa nalaman na nangyari na pala itong cancellations in mass, in large numbers. Diba? Halimbawa, ito po. Si Josephine Alquinto, sabi niya, it happened during the time my PR application was in process. We resubmitted new requirements and application. Si Josephine, mukhang naka-experience din pala. Si Mai Gavar, hi Mai, our friend from Victoria, BC. Sabi niya, it happened before, so it's not surprising na gawin ulit. Marami akong kakilala na nasa batch na yun. And too old na to reapply, so they decided not to push through with moving to Canada. Ayun. Thanks, Mai, for sharing. Si VGC, sabi niya, that happened to me before on my federal skilled application lodged last 2005 when the point requirement was only 67 and they did a purge sometime 2009 to 2010, yun ang sabi niya. Pero 2012 no? 2012 pala siya nangyari. Okay, si Ruth, iba naman to, no? Sabi ni Ruth, inabuso kasi si Canada kaya nagtaray na. Naku po. Thanks, Ruth. Si RV Briones, ayan, okay. I wanted to share RV Briones' comment because meron pong ilang mga nagtatanong katulad niya, no, ng mga specific streams na baka daw maapektuhan ng sinasabing maaring pag-cancel ng application. So, basahin ko nga muna tong kay RV. Ano ba yan? Sorry, RV. Sabi niya, hi, Miss Ina, if ever po ba lahat ng application, including spousal sponsorship, kahit nakapasok na po, pwede din ma-cancel, more power. At this point, guys, no, thank you, RV, by the way, hindi natin alam, nobody can tell, because as I mentioned earlier, this idea was only floated by a lawyer. Okay? Wala pa pong kinukonfirm ang IRCC kung yan ba ay talagang balak nilang gawin. Okay? So, una sa lahat, the idea of mass cancellations itself, hindi pa nga po yan confirmed. Ngayon, kung tatanungin ninyo ko, kunyari, kasama ba dyan yung spousal sponsorship o kung anumang pathway, PNPs, hindi ko alam. Hindi natin alam. Nobody can tell at this point. Okay? So, ayun. Thank you, RV, and everybody else who commented. Okay. Before I share with you yung documents mula sa ating kaibigang na-cancel ang kanyang application a long time ago, meron pong itong report, let me show you. This article from CBC News from April 2012. Look at this. Again, April 2012 ito. Baka magpanik kayo dyan na ngayon na hindi po lumang article na ito. This is talking about what happened before. Ang tawag dito, backlog wipeout. Yan po yun. Kasi nga nag-cancel, nag-wipeout ng libo-libong applications at that time. Backlog wipeout will close thousands of immigration applications. Tingnan natin, no? Ito yung immigration minister at that time. Jason Kenney said elimination of the backlog is necessary to focus on new applicants who fill specific labor gaps. Yan. So let's stress yung what happened. Nag-cancel ng marami. Okay, and they focused on new applicants at that time, at that time. Basahin lang natin briefly itong article na ito. Wow, tignan nyo. More than 200,000 people, 280,000 people who have been waiting for years for a decision on their immigration files could be soon be chopped. May typo siya. Could soon be chopped from the list as the federal government moves to streamline its immigration practices. It's a decision some immigration lawyers are calling a betrayal by the government that they say is changing the rules too late in the game. O, diba? Ang daming naapektuhan pala, sabi dito. More than 280,000 who again have been waiting for years. Okay. Yan din po ang nangyari doon sa kaibigan natin, by the way, no? Parang after 7 years of waiting, biglang, kinancel na lang pala ang kanyang application. Ito ang sabi ng IRCC back then, which was still called Citizenship and Immigration Canada or CIC at that time, no? Sabi, CIC said it's coping with half a decade of application backlogs by focusing efforts on skilled immigrants who can immediately fill holes in the country's labor market. The change was proposed in the federal budget presented by the conservative government then. Nako, tignan natin, ano? If approved, ang nangyari po kasi at that time, i-close na lang yung files noong mga nag-submit before a certain date that was set. At in this case, February 27, 2008. So, at that time, no, all applications, pending applications filed before Feb 2008, tapos wala pang desisyon dun sa kanyang application by the end of March, yun yung automatic kinancel. Okay, noon to ito na naman, alam nyo kung ba't ako minsan pa ulit-ulit? Believe it or not, minsan feeling ko kahit na-explain ko na o nasistress ko na mga bagay-bagay ng sapat, would you believe it? Ang dami pa rin mga nagtatanong sa comment section na parang, di ba sinestress ko na yan dun sa episode? But anyway, yan po ang isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit ito madalas ulit-ulit din. Okay. So, puntahan na natin yung nangyari doon sa kaibigan natin. No? Let me stop sharing this first. Okay. Ayaw niya magpa-interview, by the way, niyaya ko din. Sabi ko, magpa-interview ka na lang. Nasa shy siguro ang ating friend, kaya ito na lang, no? Pinadalan na lang niya tayo. Ito, una, yan. Ito ang kanyang parang acknowledgement receipt nung CIC noon. Okay? This tells us that he submitted his application. He submitted his application in 2005. Nakita niyo yung date received doon sa baba, July 2005. Okay, binura ko na lang po ang kanyang pangalan, saka yung address niya nandiyan. Sabi dito, this is to acknowledge receipt of your application for immigration to Canada. Attached is your receipt. Ayan, nagbayad siya for cost recovery fees that you have paid. He was also informed about yung right of permanent residence fee na babayaran niya later on kung kailangan kasi he decided to defer payment, no, dun sa fee na ito. Sabi dito, now that your application has been received for processing, you should be aware of the following. Na maaari daw siyang kontakin in the next 42 to 46 months. O ilang taon yun? 4 years or so? Sabi, do not send any correspondence during this period of time requesting a case status. Ayan, okay. Huwag mo na daw silang kontakin. And i-kontakin lang sila only if there are changes doon sa kanyang personal information. Okay. Tapos sabi pa dito, within 6 months, we will advise you kung kailangan mo ng interview or your application may be accepted without an interview or if na-refuse na yung kanyang application. Now, I will move on doon sa email na sinend sa kanya ng kanyang agency in 2012, 7 years later. Okay, binura ko rin, no? Nagbura ko dun sa itaas na part. Tanggalin ko tong headline para mabasa natin ang buo. Okay, this is the first page. Yan. In fairness, di yung kanyang agency, mukhang frustrated din naman talaga syempre sa nangyari sa kanilang kliyente, no? So, ang sabi sa email, okay, this news coming from the Canadian government that the Canada Immigration Old Process FSW, Federal Skilled Workers, applications filed before 2008 will be returned is very disappointing for everybody. Sabi. At that time, sabi dito, at present, this is being passed through Parliament and many are complaining about the legality of this move. CIC, yung IRCC po ngayon, claims that it has the power to put this in place. Whether this is legal or not, will sure be a subject for debate. Okay, now this agency or consultant is asking the client, itong kaibigan natin, ang mas mahalagang gawin, sabi niya, malaman mo kung ano yung iyong options. Sabi pa dito, we understand that it will not be easy to accept this move by the Canadian government, more so if you have waited for almost 8 years only to be told that your application will no longer be processed. Okay. Sabi, it is really not fair. We are with you with these sentiments. That is why, even if they do return your application, we will not stop in our cause to help you reach your plans to immigrate to Canada. Okay, pupuntahan ko na ngayon yung second page. Okay, hold on. Okay, second page. Ayan. Pasensya na kayo guys, dahil picture siya, hindi ko ma-highlight tulad ng ginagawa ko madalas, So, binigyan siya rather ng options nung kanyang agency. Option number 1, submit a new application under the new Federal Skilled Workers Program. Number 2, Provincial Nominee Program, dun daw siya mag-apply. At number 3, inoferan din siya, baka gusto daw niya mag-consider ng student visa. Yan. Demo, sabi nung kanyang consultant, this is unfair. I want justice. I want my voice to be heard. O, diba? Pati si consultant at that time, syempre, hindi rin naging masaya sa nangyari. Okay. So, maybe you are curious anong ginawa ng ating kaibigan. Eto na. Okay. This is our PM. Yan, chat namin. Tinanong ko, anong ginawa mo? Ayan. Sabi niya, I just had to give up. During that time, as far as I remember, there was a PR fee and right of landing fee. I just waited for the refund which they promised and got the refund after 90 days. The Canadian Embassy in Manila credited it to the bank account I designated. During that time, I also have a pending immigrant petition with a US employer. So doon na lang daw po siya nag-focus. Well, this purge happened in 2012. Sabi niya, I have a pending immigrant petition with a US employer and I got approval of that in 2014 and moved to the US in 2015. O yan. So in short guys, hindi po siya natuloy sa Canada, sa US na siya nagpunta. Sabi niya, I guess Canada was not for me during that time and something else is in store. But I think okay rin. If somebody really wants to migrate, consider multiple options and backups as well. Yan. Maraming salamat sa iyo sa ating kaibigan na nag-share ng kanyang storya. I appreciate it very much. So, ayun guys. Oh, magiging sirang plaka na naman ako. Sasabihin ko sa inyo guys ha. Lumang kaso po ito. Hindi po to ngayon. Hindi to nangyayari ngayon. At least not yet. Okay? This is from 2012. So, what do you guys think? Nalulungkot ako. Alam ko, this might raise concerns, worries, maalarma kayo. Pero, it is what it is. Okay. It could happen. I hope it doesn't for the sake of everybody who's been waiting. Pero if this is the solution to Canada's immigration backlog problems at ito ang napagdesisyonan gawin eventually, sakali man ng gobyerno, yun gagawin talaga nila yun. I won't be surprised, for example, kung may mag-question ito sa korte, halimbawa, if ituloy ito. Parang nangyari din noon, 'di ba? Sabi nung email ni consultant na parang at that time the legality of the actions was also questioned. But clearly natuloy pa din siya. Marami pa rin mga na-cancel. Anyway, yun lang po. I will end this episode here. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys in the next one. Bye.